welcome to the Lelantia Show. Today I am on to talk about the Merpeople. So you may hear me in other videos talk about mermaids, and I do want to say that I think it's kind of a habit to say mermaid when really we should be saying Merpeople because they are feminine and masculine. So there are men and women, which should be obvious, right? But we still get used to saying mermaids, and really it's not totally correct. So I thought it was really important to do this video and talk about the Merpeople. So oh wait, who am I? You guys don't know who I am. Okay, maybe you do know who I am, but if you don't know who I am, my name is Lelantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and healer, and I specialize in working with the magical realms. So Merpeople are some of the beings that I work with. I will say that I tend to mostly work with women. It's just how it tends to happen, how it tends to work out. So, and when I work with women, it's often around, things that are, pretty sensitive topics. So it is usually mermaids that do show up, but that's not always the case. I do sometimes have male Merpeople, mare person show up and bring through messages or work with people in some way. So I thought it was just really important that I talk a little bit about that so you guys understand that Merpeople are real and they are individuals, so they all have their own individual personalities, and they do come from many different places. So there are Merpeople who are here all about protecting and caring for the waterways on Earth. So they take care of the oceans, they take care of the rivers, they take care of the lakes, the sewers, anywhere that there's water, they're there cleaning and purifying the water. But there are also ones that are from different planets, and we refer to them kind of as galactic Merpeople. And they may come through sometimes as guides. Maybe they're coming through more to help with this evolution and change that is happening on Earth right now. So they may come through to help us in creating that change, helping us to understand more of ourselves, and helping us in whatever way we are meant to show up to create change in the world. So the thing with Merpeople is that we tend to think of them as like how they are portrayed in different movies. And yeah, there may be some movies where they're portrayed a little bit more scary looking. And when I say scary, I'm talking about by human standards of scary. Remember that our human standards aren't necessarily, like that's all conditioning. That's what we're conditioned to think and to believe. So it's not necessarily truth. So when I work with Merpeople and they come forward, oftentimes they have, sharp teeth. They may not have any hair. They may have scales that cover, pretty much their entire body and barely even resemble, I don't know, a human-esque form. Sometimes they have like ocean plants and stuff growing on them or kind of wrapped around them. Sometimes they have webbed fingers, but sometimes they do look more beautiful, or maybe they come forward and they have long flowing blue hair. They just come in all different sizes, shapes, colors. I would just say that there are like many different kinds of races of Merpeople, and that's really the only way that you can really put it. And by that, it really means that they come from many different places. So located on Earth alone, in different places, they may look a little bit different. So like the Merpeople that live off the coast of Ireland may look a bit different from the Merpeople that live off the coast of Hawaii. That's just an example of just here on Earth. And then when you bring in the mix of the galactic ones that may even look different from them, you just have a very large variety of different types of Merpeople. So the first thing you need to do is you make sure you set aside any prejudice regarding their looks and make sure that you tune into your heart and what you feel from them. If you feel love and that they're really good, loving, kind-hearted, whatever beings, you have to listen to that. I always say, set your intentions. You're only willing to connect with those of the highest of good, the deepest of love, and who have the highest of integrity. So when you set that intention, you make sure that you're not connecting with low vibrational beings, then you should be good to go. But you have to listen to your intuition. If you have, other guides, ask those other guides that you already have a connection with, whether it is really the right thing to do, that kind of thing. But I don't think it's something you need to be super concerned about. But with any other beings, or most other beings, you always want to make sure that you really are setting that intention to connect with those of the highest good. So Merpeople can help humans in so many different ways, but one of the ways that they really excel at helping humans is with emotions, with emotional healing, with sexual healing, because they're very free in that sense. And when I say they, I feel like I'm kind of categorizing them all in one lump thing, and it's not necessarily true, but this is my experience in working with them, that they really are the ones that we turn to most when working with magical beings around healing sexual trauma, sexual identity, anything regarding sexuality. The Merpeople are really the most amazing at healing that and working through that energy, because they aren't holding on to shame, they aren't judging us, and they're completely open and accepting of who they are, who they love, who they connect with. They don't hold that same sort of judgment that we do as humans. So you're able to really release that trauma with them, and they can do some incredible healing on doing that. They can also help very much with our intuition, because it's kind of that water energy and that energy of flow and trusting and just really leaning into what you feel within yourself. So they can help you to build that trust and open up your intuition a little bit more. They also are very good with helping you to see that magic of who you really truly are, to, remember that you are not just the human that you are incarnated as right now, that you have had many lifetimes of experiences, you have done many different things in past lives, and they help you to remember that, and they help you to connect to that magic within yourself. They help you with that self-acceptance, and pretty much on all levels. So it may be self-acceptance, and then deepening that more to self-love, really loving and knowing who you are to bring it into the world so that you can live your very best life. Mermaids come in different, so many different types of personalities. But what I find is that when you connect with the mermaid or mermaids or merpeople, once again, I'm saying mermaids, merpeople, when you find the merpeople that you connect with that are your guides and will help you, then you kind of develop that connection that is where you feel safe to really express who you are, and they can help you to do that. Oftentimes they will bring us to, their underwater cities. I have done many past life journeys where we're doing a lot of healing around Atlantis and the fall of Atlantis, and a lot of trauma that really stems from that time period, and they help with a lot of that as well. I've also connected with ones, that are galactic merpeople, who really bring in an energy that's very, very different. It's almost like an energy, you feel the energy of, like, I just want to say the energy of the stars, because you can't really define it. Like, that's like the best description I can think of, is the energy from the stars, but yet they still have this water energy. And it's really this energy of expansion and allowing yourself to see that you are so much more than just this human. Like, your human body can only contain like so much of who you are, right? So in remembering that, then it can help you to have confidence and believing in yourself and knowing that there's so much more to you, and you can begin to bring more of that out in working with them. Merpeople, and I don't know that I've actually run across anyone that had been a masculine mer person in a past life, but I have worked with many, many women who have been mermaids in past lives. And I say many, I want to say most of my clients at some point in time have been a mermaid in a different life. Some of them identify more with the mer energy, that they feel like that is more their soul connection, is, mermaid rather than human. And those are the ones who have maybe a little bit more problems with them, with their physical body, maybe leg problems, lower back problems. You have a hard time maybe with dealing with walking long distances, but there's so many other things that can be a part of that as well. And I may need to do a video in the future around, you know, if you are an incarnated mermaid and what some of the signs and symptoms are. But it is something to keep in mind if you really feel that connection to mermaids or the Merpeople, that maybe you have been in a past life. So if you have any questions around mermaids or Merpeople, please leave them below. Make sure you join my group Sorceress Circle if you really want to deepen your connection and learn more about them. Excuse me. And of course, I do have a quiz in the description below, where you can see which magical being you should be connecting with at this time. So if it's not mermaids or Merpeople, maybe it's going to be dragons that you are being called to work with at this time, or gnomes, or maybe one of the other magical beings. So check out that quiz. There's also a meditation so that you can actually connect with them in that. So if you're being called to work with Merpeople, maybe you don't even care about doing the quiz, you just want to connect with them, then once you sign up, then that meditation will be sent to you, so you can do the meditation and connect in that way. But I'm happy to answer your guys' questions, and I look forward to doing many more videos about the Merpeople in the future, answering some of your questions, hopefully. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.